Hi everyone, this is Dennis, and this is a little new, right? This new year I wanted to try something different, move away from the generic speed paints and try out some narration. And I had this little character I've been working on, so I thought that it would be a nice little test for this format to go through the iterations of her design and kind of talk about my process there and see how it works out. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing I wanted to do was get kind of just a basic look for her down. She's for a personal project of mine where she's basically the secretary of quests. So I knew I wanted her to look a little bit formal. So short hair, something like a shirt and vest for a top. But I did want to have her be in this sort of archetype of, like she's hardworking, but maybe a little scatterbrained. So I was going to give her kind of a loose expression, sort of choppy bangs, maybe slightly messy clothing. Um, I don't even know at the moment if she'll have that much written dialogue to convey her personality, or if she'll even, if there'll be more characters than just her in the game for her to interact with. But I wanted to get those kind of basics in there. Most importantly, I wanted her to have, a simple but recognizable design and get across the important aspects of her role as quest secretary. And you know what the most recognizable thing about quest givers is? It's that they always have a question mark or an exclamation point over their heads. So I thought it would be fun to give her yellow hair and this little hair swoosh that would reflect her state in the game, whether she had a quest for you or if you were turning something in. So that was the main thing I was going off of here. Another thing that I was thinking of including, which may not be included in the end, are these little cut-ins where, for notifications or maybe timed events, it'll just pop up on screen and it'll be like a close zoom of just her eyes and a little bit of dialogue based on what happened. So after I had the kind of basic look for her down, I wanted to make her a little bit more stylized. So I decided to work on this more stretched sort of look. I wasn't sure at the moment how much of the sprite I would have on screen, and this way I felt like I could cut it very easily at any point and still have a decent looking sprite left. I was also moving away from the idea of having cut-ins, but I did want to have little like zooms of her face based on, again, giving or receiving a quest, and I would adjust her eyes and her little hair swoosh to reflect, again, what type of interaction it was. Finally, I moved into what I think is basically the finalized design for her. I liked the idea of having it kind of elongated, but I didn't want her to look quite so stiff and wanted, an actual sort of dynamic pose for her. I also adjusted her face just a little bit, so it wasn't quite so, I don't know, it felt a little bit out of sorts with the rest of the body because it was a bit more square, while everything else was more, elongated rectangles. I stayed pretty consistent with her outfit and her coloring throughout. For her outfit, like I'd said, I really wanted something that was serious but not overly formal, and I also wanted to make sure it was pretty simple and each part of the outfit was readily recognizable on a smaller screen, since, again, this was going to be primarily for mobile platforms. Um, for her colors, I wanted bright colors and I stuck to saturated shadows as well, but I didn't want anything that like really assaulted the senses, so I didn't go too bright with them. And I made sure to keep a more muted skin tone and shirt color for her just to kind of calm it all down a little bit. And yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you thought, or if you have any suggestions for either things I can adjust with this format in the future, or things that I can do, like art challenges, things like that. because I want to do some of those in the upcoming weeks. I was thinking of doing one of these narrated videos once per week, probably on Tuesdays, and then a speed paint on one of the weekends. I'm not sure if weekends are a great day for uploads, but yeah, at the moment I'm thinking Sundays. So if that's a terrible idea, let me know that as well. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you back here again in future videos. Bye!